Maybe when I was a little girl and I lived in Florida, and my uncle told me,
Did he lame? Did anyone get jealous of us getting a picture? Well, they probably didn't, but if they did and they were jealous, it. I didn't. I don't really think that Skip Mortis would be that kind of person.
no, and he was very nice.
Yeah, I saw him on television.
Okay.
And did he want to know who it was?
Flying braille today.
He did. Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
What did he say?
I'll take two.
He does.
I'll take two. Go find the chief.
Oh.
Oh.
Because earlier this year, when something was bugging me and I reached out for a hug, he was there for me. Now, of course, if anyone else would have been jealous, they would make a lovely trip. Or a carrot growing in the
Okay, thank you. Have a good trip.
What the hell is that?
Or so they could make a lovely art.
We connected.
I met with her a couple of weeks ago.
Hello. Oh, it's. Well, Cindy, if the thing is that if Madison Evers comes back down here, he needs to bring Daniel Brown with him so I can meet him too.
Oh, you need Daniel Brown too?
I want to meet him. I haven't met Daniel Brown yet. Or Alex Anderson. I want to meet those two.
They're two of my favorites. And you know, Alex is from where I know three of them.
Well, that was so cool when Skip said, I know Sammy.
You know, they have to
Yeah. I was doing it today. Well, you said the same whole road was full.
Actually, I caught him on the 6 o'clock news 2 weeks ago. And I said, my favorite, then I put like at the TV.
Hello, Gary.
And they
I'm
showed me how to
well.
do that. I waited at him in the television, but he probably couldn't see
But then you wake up through the night. Oh.
Hey, Sam.
Okay. Do what? Later? Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Just stop by anyway. Let's not pin our hopes on that one.
My hands are up in the air like this.
Oh.
You take a
plays the whoever is captain.
Okay, all right.
Okay, I know him too.
Well, and you Good afternoon. The Shreveport City Council meeting is now called to order. I'm going to ask Councilman Talaferro, will you give the invocation as Madam Vice Chair, she'll lead us in the pledge.
Let us stand. Let us go to the Lord in prayer. Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus, we do love you and we praise your holy name. We're so thankful for the opportunity, the sheer pleasure and the privilege to come and represent the people of the great city of Shreveport. Lord, but we know we can't do it by ourselves. We need your grace. And it's through your grace that we are able to be successful. Lord, we ask your blessing upon this meeting. We ask your blessing upon those who cannot attend today through sickness. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Taylor.
Present.
Councilman Brooks.
Here.
Councilman Talaferro.
Here, ma'am.
Councilman Butcher.
Here.
Councilman Jackson. Councilman Green. I'm here. And Councilwoman Bowman.
Present. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the administrative conference Monday, June 9th, 2025, and the city council meeting Tuesday, June 10th, 2025?
So moved.
So moved by Councilman Talaferro, second by Councilman Green. Any discussion? Let's vote.
This passes with 6.
Does any council member have any awards, recognition, or distinguished guests not to exceed 15 minutes? And I do.
Mr. Elmore, I have, but he's
I
not.
think he's still in meeting. Madam Clerk, will you please read Resolution 80 of 2025? And I'm going to ask Mr. Darren Dixon to please come forward.
Resolution 80, a resolution recognizing the Southern University Alumni Federation. Whereas the Shreveport City Council recognizes the contributions of the Southern University Alumni Federation to education, community service, and leadership development. And whereas the Southern University Alumni Federation hosted its National Leadership Conference in the city of Shreveport, bringing together alumni, students, and community leaders for dialogue and collaboration. And whereas the conference highlighted the achievement of Southern University and provided an opportunity to promote unity and encourage continued engagement and support for communities and future generations of students. And whereas the city of Shreveport served as a host for the event, showing our vibrant community and dedication to educational excellence and civic engagement. And whereas the collaboration between the city of Shreveport and Southern University Alumni Federation exemplifies a shared mission of enhancing the quality of life through education, leadership, and community engagement. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council in due regular and legal session convened that it hereby recognizes the Southern University Alumni Federation for their dedication and commitment to making the National Leadership Conference a resounding success in Shreveport.
Yay! Mr. Dixon, I thought it was so befitting to have a Grambling Tiger read that resolution.
And she read it so well, don't you?
She read
agree?
it so well.
Like she want to change
well,
school.
First of all, thank you, Madam Secretary. And that's an inside joke between me and Tabitha. We've been friends a long time. For this recognition and honor. You know, I've just recently left here, and I'm from Lake Providence, but now I consider this like my second hometown.
Right.
So we're so glad to be able to bring this event to this city, to a place where I consider home, because I wanted to show them where all the good eating spots were when they came. But we're excited about the event. We have almost right at 100 people coming to town for this event, and so we're looking forward to learning, but also experiencing what is Shreveport. I guess it used to be Louisiana other side. I don't know the theme right now, but thank you, and thank for such a warm welcome today. I felt like I went through TSA coming in, but
I want to make sure you're safe.
but I mean, I applaud the security. But thank you again, Madam Chair, who is a Southern alum, and who we look forward to having
at
join
those two
us
over
with
there.
everybody else.
Y'all can come join
this
us
weekend. Yeah. And
It'll be blue and gold.
all right. Thank you,
Stay
though.
right there.
All right.
We're going to come take a picture.
right.
And my council members asking to do the same. Madam Clerk, Chef Nema, come on down. Come on, Chef. Madam Clerk, would you please read Resolution 81 of 2025?
A resolution recognizing Chef Nema DeGrazi, did I pronounce that right? And otherwise providing with respect thereto. Whereas Chef Nema serves as an executive chef at Abby Singer's Bistro in downtown Shreveport, where she has transformed the menu with her creative flavor, combination, and culturally inspired culinary vision. And whereas prior to her role at Abby Singer's Bistro, Chef Nema established her reputation through her food truck and restaurant, Nema's Cookery Corner. And whereas in 2020, Chef Nema established RNL Cookery's Corner as a way to pay homage to her mother's legacy and as a platform to further develop her cooking skills. And whereas she demonstrated her talent on national stage by competing on the Food Network's Beat Bobby Flay, where she defeated world-renowned Chef Bobby Flay. And whereas Chef Nema's journey to becoming a celebrated figure in the culinary world reflects her dedication, resilience, and passion for food. Whereas she continues to inspire aspiring chefs and entrepreneurs in Shreveport community through mentorship, outreach, and commitment to uplifting others. Whereas Chef Nema said, you can make something out of nothing as long as you're passionate about it. You are going to succeed. Now therefore be it resolved by the Shreveport City Council in due regular legal session convened that it hereby recognizes and congratulates Chef Nema DeGrazi for her outstanding contributions to the culinary arts and her role in bringing honor and recognition to the city of Shreveport.
Go GSU. Oh, thank you, Madam Chair, thank you. Honorable Mayor, thank you. Distinguished, lovely council members, thank you. Thank you for this honor. Thank you to my community. Thank you to the people of Shreveport, most importantly. Yes, we did beat Bobby Flay.
Yes, we
Let's give it
did,
one more time. We
yes.
did beat Bobby Flay, the icon, we
So
did.
excited.
Yes, Shreveport, we've been on a winning streak, so thank you to the community for supporting and cheering us as we all continue to pour into the city to make the city a better place. I am just one pro bono ambassador for Shreveport. I love the city. I love when people tell me I've never heard of Shreveport, and I get to correct them. It is so beautiful because I knew it took me a minute to pronounce Shreveport, and to be on a world stage celebrating Shreveport has given me so much joy. But most importantly is because of my wonderful executive director back there. He's very, very quiet. Give me an opportunity to continue to shine, to continue to put this city on a map. And I'm going to continuously do so with all of you guys' support. I thank you. I'm humble and grateful for this opportunity, and I'll continue to put Shreveport on the map. Thank you once again.
Where you going?
Where you going?
Where you going? Where you going? You didn't bring us any oxtails?
It's in the, up the
Chef,
street,
we are
one block down.
We're so excited, had the opportunity to share in your event, and it was just so exciting to see. It was so exciting to watch you on television, and the confidence that you exude is just, it's contagious. I was so happy when you beat him. It was just great. But just the exposure and what you've always spoken over yourself and what you've spoken for Shreveport has manifested itself. So you are our superstar.
Thank you for being wonderful guinea pig, because you did tasted all those food and
Yes,
inspired
I
me to
did.
sell it to the world. Thank you.
Yes, I did.
Congratulations. I didn't get a chance to get the oxtails, but let me know. Congratulations, and thanks for making Shreveport proud in a positive way. We appreciate you, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Chef, I want to tell you, you're a favorite of the Butcher family, from the youngest to me, the oldest. And, Boucher family. But I have had the oxtail, by the way, and it's delicious.
Thank you.
So, but no, thank you. From the first day I met you, you were an advocate for Shreveport. You were like a sponge, just soaking up everything that you could about the city. And it shows. And you have really accomplished a lot, and we're proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Jim?
Me?
Yes.
Chef.
Hi, Jim.
Hey there. Followed you all over, ate wherever you were.
Yes, sir.
I didn't get a chance to see the episode. I don't know how many did, but I read a lot of articles trying to figure out what category and what dish that you provided to beat Bobby Flay, and to borrow I guess a saying from Johnny's Pizza, you kind of swept that kitchen with Bobby. So what was it? Do you recall, or?
It is a dish that I first introduced in Shreveport. And most times things get so much weight when the world get to see it. It is called peanut butter stew. I serve it on the food truck. You eat it with fufu. It is a dough that is a thicker consistent of mashed potatoes. And it's my husband's favorite dish that I cook for him. And it's Shreveport favorite. But when I cooked it on stage, I elevated it to make it look something even better to beat Bobby with. And it's mafe. It's peanut butter based stew with bunch of onions, garlic. It's super delicious. The mayor had tried it. He will confess to that.
Thank you, dear. Congratulations. We're
Thank
proud,
you.
Proud of you. Very proud.
And we're talking about oxtails, a Trinidadian who is also friends with us in Shreveport that come all the time for Prize Foundation for Food Prize. Chef Tristan Epps just won with oxtail. So there's so many eyes on us when it comes to Caribbean food and African food. We're going to see, the New York Times reported about oxtail. So we're getting somewhere.
Yes.
Good deal. Thank you,
Councilman
Madam
Green?
Chair.
Certainly, I'd just like to say congratulations. I
Thank
was
you.
there. It was amazing how when you was putting your dish together, that you would tell him could go look at
go
somebody
look
Go check
else.
on Solomon.
And so, but congratulations. I just want to know, is there a way you can make some vegetarian oxtail?
Absolutely, we do. We
That's
serve
what
it at Abby Singer's.
That's what I need. I need those.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
Councilman
Mr.
Brooks.
Hey, Nema,
Hi,
congratulations.
thank you.
Asset to Shreveport, it's great. Wendell Riley, Robinson Film Center, Abby Singer's Bistro, all of it a real treasure, and you're a gem.
Thank you.
So, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Mayor Arsenault?
I think the first time that I had your food was at a plant sale in what used to be the Sportran Terminal.
Yes, sir.
And from your food truck, and we've been following you ever since.
Yes, sir.
We're very proud of you.
Thank
We
you.
love your food, and we love you.
I love you too.
Awesome. So, Chef, we're coming down to take a picture, and just know that this resolution is sponsored by every council member sitting on this house show.
Thank you. Truly appreciate it.
It's not.
Ah, that's it. I love you. I mean, we got Tiger here, so we might as well.
Almost sit in your seat, Green.
Are there any other Mr. Moore is not here. Councilman Green?
I was waiting for Mr. Al Moore. But Rashida is here. Rashida, would you come up, please? Rashida is a big-time radio superstar. Also, her sons and they sports. I mean, they involved in sports. Her husband is a coach. Just tell the people what you do, Rashida.
Hello. You put me on the spot.
Yeah, I did.
I'm the sales manager at Alpha Media. So any of your digital and radio needs, we got y'all covered.
Awesome.
Tell them about your son and what they do.
They are basketball. We are RW3. I don't know if you guys are following them, but they're doing extremely well. They've been putting on for the city. These kids have been playing their little hearts out. They've been winning tournaments. They just won Sunday in Lafayette. Before then, Monroe. Before then, Ruston. And these are 12-year-old boys. And they did 2 overtimes, semifinals and the finals this past Sunday in Lafayette. And they brought home first place for you guys. So please continue to follow them, support them. They're young men trying to do their things, and we just try to encourage them.
And so tomorrow, when you ask me, James Green, why did you bring me up there? That's why I brought you up here.
Yeah, we need y'all support. We need everybody's support. RW3.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Good to see you.
Quentin, do you have any news from Representative Fields' office? Okay, thank you, sir. Mayor Sano, do you have any awards, recognition, or distinguished guests not to exceed 15 minutes?
I do not.
Okay. Do you have any communications of the mayor relative to city business?
Yes, ma'am. I have 2. First, we'll have a brief police report.
Okay.
And then Mr. Darkel will have a presentation.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Before you say it, am I still limited to 3 minutes?
Yeah. I'm gonna give you 5.
All right. Pass those out. I'm ready. And here are your copies, and this is up to date, year to date, as of this very moment. What you see in the very first slide is shots fired calls. This is where when we receive a call from someone who has heard shots fired in our city. And some of these could be duplications, because each time someone call, from a different resident is recorded as a shots fired call. 2024, at the very same time period, we were at 1,446. Here in 2025, for the same time period, we are at 1,021, which is a 425 call decrease, for a 29% decrease in reported shots fired calls here in our city. The next slide you see is shootings. Here again, the shots fired calls include the shootings, but these is more defined to where someone has been actually injured as a result of being struck by a projectile. In 2024, we had 147 injuries for this time period. Here in 2025, 105, so 42 injury decrease, for a 29% decrease in the injuries as a result of shots being fired. And while I'm there, this would include if there was a fatal injury also. Next, you'll see the ultimate crime, which is the homicide. This is where someone has actually lost their life as a result of an injury, whether that be a stabbing, a shooting, but an incident that is classified as a criminal homicide. Last year, for this time period, we had 32 recordings on the books of homicides. This year, in 2025, we have 16, which is 16 less than last year, and a 50% decrease in our homicide rate. Next, you will see, this is year-to-date also. The one category that consistently be concerning is the sex crime. And as I've done more research, a lot of factors could be in that, which is, we know sex crimes, this is one of those categories where sometimes crimes go unreported, and we feel that possibly more is being reported to us, as has been in the past. But with that being the case, in 2024, 226 had been reported to us. This year, 253 have been reported to us, for an increase in 27, which equates to about 11% increase in sex crime. And I really do believe that more crimes are being reported as opposed to more being committed. Vehicle thefts all over our city. In 2024, 630 vehicles have been reported stolen to us for this time period. Here in 2025, 574 has been reported, for a 56 decrease in that total number, for an 8% decline in reported vehicle thefts. Armed robberies, this would include whether it was a person or a business. They are all combined now by category. 2024, 37 had been reported to us. 2025, we have 23 that have been reported to us, a decrease of 14, for a 38% decline in reported armed robberies. Burglaries, there again, this is one of those categories where it's been combined, whether it's a residential or a big business, it's all considered a burglary. 2024, 805 had been reported to us. 2025, we're at 672, for a 133 reporting decline in our burglaries, and a 17% decline overall in our reported burglaries. Vehicle burglaries, this is where someone has stolen something from a vehicle. In 2024, 567 had been reported to us. 2025, 499, a difference of 68, so a 12% decline. The other category, panhandling, that's been a topic of discussion around our community. As it's been reported to us in 2024, same time period, 91 calls had come in as a result of panhandling. This year, for 2025, we received 57 calls reporting panhandling at various locations. So that is a 34 call difference. So about a 37% or so decline in that. All right. And finally, we've been on an active campaign for the past 5 years with our reduction in our crimes in our city, and especially our violent crime, with a big focus on removing illegal or illegally possessed weapons from our streets. We're on a target so far to do as well or better than we have done in the past. We've been averaging 1,100 to just above 1,200 weapons seized off of our streets each year. This year, and for this time period, we've taken 500 or a little better illegally possessed weapons off of our streets. And finally, we've enjoined with the Sheriff Department on a campaign to put more cameras around our city and within the parish. And thus far, we call that the Anglin Myers Initiative to commemorate two people that we all recognize and remember their names who lost their lives as a result of gun violence. And thus far, we've made very, very significant progress. We had gotten commitment from businesses and from our community partners for close to or better than $300,000 to place cameras throughout our community. And the great caveat to that is our community partners has not made it a prerequisite that cameras be placed anywhere. And I think that is so heartfelt. They all have said, you all are the experts that watch the statistics. You place the cameras where you think you need them most. And I want to thank all our community partners so much for your heartfelt concern and investment in the betterment of our community. That concludes my presentation, subject to your questions.
Any questions?
I don't have a question, but I need to ask the chief a question.
Okay.
Chief.
Yes, sir.
Well, first of all, to the council and also Mr. Mayor, this is the new look for our Save a Life sign to go into our different neighborhood districts and wherever. But we need a number on them so that, and I'd like to thank Jarvis and his department along with whoever help he had, the engineers, to do this new look. But we need a number that they can call. No, that's a bad number. Jarvis said we need another number. We need a good number.
You got it. We'll send it your way.
So just get it with Jarvis, and he will
Yes, sir.
put it on the sign. And council members, wherever you need these signs, then they'll be available. Mr. Mayor, wherever citizens call and they want a sign, they're available.
And
So
we'd
would y'all
love
just
to
give
add-
Jarvis and whoever for helping the design.
Thank you. And please include us into that initiative at all of SPD locations. We'd love to display that initiative
Yes,
also.
sir.
Chief, so anyone in the community could purchase cameras and donate them to the Anglin Myers initiative, correct?
Absolutely. They can go to the Sheriff Department website or go to our website for details. Our foundation has been established specifically for that. Any donations that come from Caddo Parish stays in Caddo Parish. That's really amazing. And going through this tax deductible foundation, someone can get tax credit for their donations of cameras. Cameras are generally between $3,500 and $5,000, depending on the quality of camera that you select. But we will gladly accept whatever donations you would like.
I think Mr. Settle bought the first cameras.
He did, and I want to thank him so much. Mr. Settle was at the announcement of the Anglin Myers initiative, and he came forth and volunteered to purchase the very first camera. And thank you so much for doing this, Mr. Settle. Absolutely.
Did he make a request where it had to go?
He did not.
Oh.
He did not. I wouldn't have told him anyway, but he did not. And, you know, we have our technology strategically placed around our community. I know sometimes it seems like I talk in circle, but to get the most effectiveness out of the tools that you use, sometimes it's best that it be that way.
Right.
But I can assure you, there are 2,106 camera feeds that are coming into the Real-Time Crime Center, 2,106, and soon to be another 18 added to that, all within the city limits of Shreveport.
Chief, how do you say to residents that want to connect their home cameras to the real time? What are the qualifications?
Just have an active working camera system, make contact with our Real-Time Crime Center or my office. We will have someone to contact them and explain the process. It is free of charge, no charge to you. We'll bring out the piece of equipment that connects to your system that lets it talk to our system. It's free of charge.
Would you give that number out? Give a number
You
that
can
they
call,
can call.
I can't think of the Real-Time Crime Center number, but call my office, 6900, and I will have somebody reach out to them. And we only want the footage from the outside of your house, only with your permission. Let me make that quite clear. The outside, folks, outside. And if at any time you feel uncomfortable, all you got to do is call us and says, I don't want to be a part no more. We'll come out and pick up the device and you off the grid.
Madam Chair, real quick, have we contacted, and I'm sure you probably have, but like a lot of homeowners associations in my district have a tremendous amount of cameras.
Right.
I know in my neighborhood, they've probably got, I don't know, several.
Mhm.
But do you know if any of those homeowners associations are hooked up with the Real-Time Crime Center?
Yes, sir, they are. As a matter of fact, integrations, which is where someone has integrated the existing camera with us. 1,858
Wow.
residents within the city limits of Shreveport have tied their systems into our system. That is remarkable. We overcome some challenges that we had in the past in finding suitable locations for our camera system. And it was very simple. Sometimes the simplest things are right in front of your face. We can attach to somebody else's building. We don't have to worry about getting permission from a pole. And we have not yet had a business that we have gone by and asked them, would you allow us to connect a camera up on your building facing the street or facing a particular way? All we need is just a milliamp of electricity. We have not had a business yet to say anything other than put as many as you want.
Well, I think
That is just remarkable.
I think that Councilwoman Taylor and I were huge advocates for you taking this over.
Right.
And how many cameras since you took it over, since the police department took it over, have y'all added? Because I think we only had like
3.
3 or 4 when you took it over.
Yes. And they were melting.
Probably around 2,000 or so. It's been remarkable.
Well,
the
it was
reception
the right thing to do.
Correct.
Councilwoman Taylor and I think Councilman Green pushed too. We all pushed, the former council pushed to get it under the police department, and I
Right.
think it was one of the best moves we ever made.
I get this report every Monday from RTC, which tells me everything that they have looked at, the incidents that they have captured on video over the week. And it's just remarkable to see this and for this information to get to investigators or to get to officers. They can pick up the phone. All of them have radios at their console. They can contact a police officer directly on the street right now and say, something is going on at this location.
Wow.
That's innovation. That's the kind of stuff we need.
Okay.
All right?
Awesome.
Councilman Telfair.
Yes, sir.
You done, Council?
I'm done.
Okay. Good afternoon, Chief.
Hello, sir.
With 2,106 camera feeds, I can only presume that in those feeds are our city buildings.
That is correct.
Okay, so every city building that has a camera gets fed into the RTCC.
I don't know that, but I know some do.
Well,
I would hope that they would be, yes.
Now, can we research that? If we're
Yes, sir.
if we're collecting data from the street,
Yes.
and we're not collecting data from the buildings that we heard yesterday have been vandalized, have been burglarized, have been whatever, then I think we're missing something there.
Sure.
And I'd like to know about that. And I know this is, since we opened up the box on the cameras, how's our capacity for storage?
There is no limit. I buy it from Fusus, 500 feeds at a time. And it costs me like $20,000 a year to add another 500 capacity on that. But we, this year, went into a contract with them, so it's as simple as a phone call, and they bill me the following year. So when we get, so our capacity now is about 3,000. So when I get to 25 something or other, it's just as simple as picking up a phone and says, add me another 500.
Okay, and I appreciate that. Thanks.
Yes.
And then I know this was discussed probably in the public safety meeting, is that how many days are we now saving the data in the from the RTCC?
It rolls over in 7 days, around 7 days.
So, okay, I think that's something we need to discuss in another meeting, because I think 7 days is probably not enough time. I think then when we store data for other less, I think, important things like 30 days, that 7 days, many of our investigators don't really even get a case or get an opportunity kind of. I just think we need to have another discussion about increasing the time that we store that data.
It's cloud storage. They will store it as long as you're willing to pay for it.
That's
And
all
I can't think of it right now, but I had researched it before to understand how much additional time was. I just can't remember it right now, but
Yeah.
I'll be
All right.
happy to get
We can have that
for
a
you.
further discussion. Thank you.
Yeah,
Madam Chair.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Chief, all about fire stations too are integrated.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Fire station included. We really should be including any city-owned building that has exterior cameras need to be a part of
So
this.
all the fire stations now have it?
Yes.
So,
Oh, well,
That's what I heard. I mean, that's what
I think the most of them do. I don't know if everyone has, but majority of them do.
Chief said he wasn't gonna let you outdo him.
Yeah, now that I'm paying for it. I know that rascal.
Said he wasn't gonna let him have it.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Thank you,
thank you all.
gentlemen.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Chief.
Chris.
Yes. Mr. Al Moore.
Mr. Elmore, thank you for coming, and thank you for doing such a great job at Christian Services. The mic is yours.
All right. Thank y'all for having me. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, City Councilman. I just want to invite you to 55-year celebration at the Christian Service Ministry will be held this Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Sister Margaret started that ministry in 1970, and it's still going strong. We're doing 2 hot meals a day, 364 days a year. Only day we're closed is Christmas Day. Anyone walk through that hot door can get a hot meal. Breakfast is served from 8 to 10. Lunch is served from 12 to 2. And with the free bus rides from the city of Shreveport has had a great impact on us serving meals. On last year, we served over 100,000 meals to clients that came through the city of Shreveport. Once again, anyone can come through there and get a hot meal. And I'm challenging the board, the city council, the mayor, to take a video of volunteer day to come down and serve our clients. Would you put that on your schedule? I could stand here and talk about it all day and let you say, hey, we serving these many people. But if you come by and see what we're doing, it'll have a great impact on your life. Just think about it. You can't do anything hungry. You can't study. You can't function. You can't do anything. But I'm inviting you this Saturday to come by and celebrate 55 years of Christian service being in this city.
Thank you, sir.
Again, thank you, Al, for such a great work. And I also like to thank the members of the Union Mission Baptist Church. Number
Yes.
one, we give our tithes to Christian services, or if they have different activities, all you got to do is pick up the phone and give us a call. Because sometimes we look to do a lot of stuff, but you all have the blueprint on it. So therefore, we just give the money to you all, and you all keep doing such a great job. So there might be others that would like to make contribution. If you'd like to make a contribution to Christian Services, what's the process?
You can go to our website at christianservicela.org. The local address is 2346 Levy Street, Shreveport, Louisiana. It costs $4.12 a meal. $30 a month will feed one person one meal for 7 days. If you donate $130 a month, it will feed one person for 30 days. Just think about it. We do 2 hot meals a day, 7 days a week. We're the only game in town. You don't have to be a part of a ministry, get counseling too. If you need something to eat, you can come by and get a meal. Not taking anything else from other nonprofits, but if you donate your clothes to us, we give them away. We have a clothing store, which is a men department, a women department, and a children department. Our clothing store is open Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 9 to 11. And thank you again for the city support. If I call the city of the police department, they're right there on time. And thank you for all the great work that you're doing for our city.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Jarvis Morgan. Afternoon, sir.
Hello.
You want to tell us about the holiday sanitation?
Okay, we have July 4th coming up, and those we will be shut down for Friday, and the areas that will be picking up on Thursday will be from the Moortown, Sunset area, and your area as well, District G and District F. So if you could, please relay the information to your constituents. That would be great. And we'll be shut down Friday and Saturday. We may have some people to come in Saturday. We're not banking on it, but we hope we can get some people in to help pick up. But we'll be shut down Friday of next week for July 4th.
So is Thursday run still the same?
Yes, everything's still the same.
Okay.
Madam Chair.
Yes. Councilman Telephone.
Jarvis, for the sake of continuity, would your office just send us something
Okay,
all those
I will.
times, and so that way we can push out the same information on our social media platforms?
Yes, sir. I get
No
that
confusion,
information.
No mistakes.
Yes, sir. I'll forward you the email.
Thank you.
Right now. All right. Thank you.
Does any member have any questions or concern relative to property standards for Mr. Green?
Pardon me, Madam Chair.
I'm sorry.
We have a presentation.
Oh, I forgot.
That's all right.
I'm sorry.
We
You don't know if it's going to work or not.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. We have As you know, we committed to create a dashboard for capital projects. And we have a beta version that we hope is going to work for you.
Okay.
So that you can see it, and we'll have a brief presentation about it.
Okay.
Tom, you want us to do another prayer?
No, I think we'll be good.
All right.
What we've tried to do is to put the information in any place where you can find it on the city's website. You can't find it with a phone right now. It's going to require right now a laptop or some other kind of computer. Part of that is because the information is a lot. It'd be very difficult to read. But part of it is we really want to give you and we want to give the public an opportunity to look at the information that's there and see what you might suggest we do differently or better. What we have, though, right now, and Shakar's going to pull it up for you, we have a way to get from the city website through the capital projects line. And that dashboard will let you pull up projects, individually. It will let you pull them up, all the ones in your districts individually. It will let you pull up the ones from the 2021 bond issue versus 2024 issue individually. It even has a category, I think it's called planned or active. Planned are the ones that we haven't funded yet. And there are some of the bond projects that are not funded from that first sale. But we really want you to look through it. We want you to be able to say, okay, here's what we'd like to see that's here. Here's what we'd like to see that isn't here, so that when we go to the what we would consider a more final version, that we've incorporated what you and what the public would like to see. We're going to try to put out a news release tomorrow to let folks know how to get there. Shaka, you want to just play with it for a second? Show them what we got.
Definitely. Okay, so we're on the city's website now. From the news carousel section, it's very zoomed in here so that everybody will be able to see it. But from the news carousel, you're able to click on the City of Shreveport's capital project site link. And I'll zoom it out a little bit so you can see a bit more of the page. But it takes you to the primary website. From this website, we have a few projects at the top that are highlighted. I should have brought a mouse, but okay. Sorry.
So we're still getting there, but I think we've got information.
So we've highlighted the primary, we just selected projects at random to highlight that we had updates.
Would you go back to that?
Sure. Yeah. I figured you would like this one. It's in your district.
Selected just for you, sir.
Right?
So pretty.
Okay.
So we highlighted some projects at the top. Of course, there's a welcome message, and then, of course, a message from our mayor. This is a section in the middle. It shows basically a general overview of the project. So we have a total of 163 projects. That's existing bond projects and on top with the 2024 ones added. We see how many are in the design phase, construction phase, completed, et cetera. As Mr. Dark mentioned, you're able to scroll down and see which projects are active and which ones are planned, right? If you click on these links, it filters out specifically to those active and planned projects. I figured y'all, then you can, filter out projects by type. So if you want to search for specific projects, you can do that. And then we added a feature to be able to search projects by district, right? And so these projects are filtered out by which district they reside in, et cetera. So from there, we can go directly to our dashboard, which is where most of the project information resides. And you can see, again, we have a total of 163 projects. We're able to select a project by clicking on the tile. It tells you where on the map it is, so you can kind of figure out, okay, proximity to where I live or where I work. And then you're able to click on the project to get general information. So it has the project name, description, bond monies that have been allocated to that project, some estimated dates, estimated start dates, et cetera. You're able to see the status of that project, and you're able to see who the point of contact is for that project. So if you have questions or concerns specific to that project, there's a point of contact information here for you to reference.
one of the things that we're trying to do is, it takes some commitment that we're not always used to, but we're going to work on it, which is this information is only good if it keeps being updated. So we're committed to try to update it at least once a month. One of the things that I'd like to add that we couldn't get to for this part is essentially a news link where we could say, okay, Project X is going to be out for bids next week, or we received bids on this, sort of the stuff that's going on right now or that will be going on maybe in the next month or so that citizens don't have to necessarily scroll through everything to know kind of which ones are the most hot right now. So anyway, what we really want you to do is spend some time with it. We're going to invite citizens to do the same. And if you see things you'd like to see us do differently or better, just let us know, because there's been a lot of work going into this, but it is really a beta site. We're trying to give everybody a chance to look at it before we go full bore, and particularly before we try to go into one that's phone accessible, because that's a lot more work and trying to get there. So we thank you for your time, and thank Shocker and Dylan Thomas from IT who've done most of the work on this. So thank y'all very much.
I'd also like to thank Michael McCrary, who helped with the website. So Michael ran point on our website build, and Dylan, of course, on the back end with Esri. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Hey, Shocker.
Yes.
Quick question. So, and maybe you probably covered it, but to get to the capital project from the website, there's a link there, correct? I probably just missed it. So in other words, instead of having to remember a URL.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can get there directly from the City of Shreveport's website.
Okay.
I'm confused as to why we're not still.
Because I saw
seeing-
you type in the URL for capital projects, but I didn't see where we went from
Okay,
the
we're
main
back.
page.
I think Dwayne thought we were moving on. Okay.
Oh, that's okay. I get it.
From the City of Shreveport's website, and mind you, this is just the website that everybody goes to usually.
Yep.
On our news carousel. So further down on the page, there's a news carousel section. This links you directly to that primary website.
Okay, I did see that, so I missed it. I missed it. Okay.
So you don't have to remember the URL, you just have to know shreveportla.gov.
And because many of us have state roadways going through our districts, and there are projects on a state level, rather than, what is the best way? Can we possibly integrate state projects? Like 70th Street for me, Erie Drive for me, or things that are happening with the state, because people going, when is that gonna be finished? And then we're having to call DOTD or something, or.
What I will say is that I'm not sure how state projects are tracked. I'm not typically involved in that.
Yeah.
If
I know
the
it's a big
information
ask.
is provided to my team, then we can upload information here. That's ultimately based on
Yeah. This is great.
administrative
This is great
preference.
information. You've done a really good job. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's one-stop shop. I like it.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
That's all I have, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Does any member have any questions relative to property standards for Mr. Green?
I do have some information to give you.
Okay.
This Saturday's Clean Sweep in Highland. The location has been changed. We'll be meeting at 700 Columbia Street. So that will be the spot where the dumpsters will be and where everyone will meet up at 8 o'clock. Time is still the same, 8 to 5 for the dumpsters, trash pickups, and whatnot. So everybody can come on out, and just a location change, that's it.
Can you call Gary to make sure this up?
It is at 5, I'll be good. Is 700 block of Columbia, that's the park?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Green.
All right. We'll give you a wake-up call.
Mr. Clark, do you have a master plan committee report? Okay. Everyone should have the budget to actual finance report. Public hearing today, we're required to hold a public hearing on Resolution 76 of 2025. The public hearing is now called to order. Does the administration have a presentation?
I believe someone from community development is going to come do most of that.
Good afternoon. I'm Felicia Bell from Community Development. And, okay, this right here is for the restoration tax abatement. City of Shreveport's endorsement of Brentwood Acquisition Shreveport Incorporated to participate in the benefits of the Louisiana Restoration Tax Abatement Program. This is a renewal. Okay, the project is Brentwood Hospital, they're calling it Brentwood Acquisition Shreveport Incorporated, located at 1006 Highland Avenue in the Center City Economic Development District, which is in District B, which Gary Brooks serves as the councilman. Okay, this facility, Brentwood Hospital, originally, it is a historic piece of property. I didn't realize, I thought I had done a typo on the fact sheet when it said 1917, and I was corrected. And it did open in 1917. The name of it back then was Highland Sanitarium, which I was educated about that before the meeting. It became Brentwood Hospital in 1971. Brentwood is the largest psychiatric hospital in Louisiana and provides behavioral health and substance abuse treatment for children ages 4 and above, teens, adults, and seniors. It's a 24-hour hospital that serves Louisiana, East Texas, and the southern Arkansas. The cost of this project is $16,137,000. The cost of the resolution for the city is $68,545, which is increased revenue after 2030. The abated taxes for Parish School Board was $308,790 per year for the next 5 years. The project is an expansion and a renovation project. It is a renewal, as I've said, it's a renewal. So they're going to continue their improvements to be made to it's a $16 million project where they added, there are the pictures. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought they were going to be on both screens. It's a renovation project, and the improvements they're made it was a 4-story wing that was added to the property. Before the project, the facility was 120,000 square feet. After the project, it became 142,000 square feet. So the new wing added 22,000 square feet, which allowed them to add 60 inpatient psychiatric beds in August of 2019. One of the floors in the 4-story addition focuses on veterans and first responders who suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder or PTSD. This development project, it increased the hospital's capacity to 260 beds, which reinforced its status as the largest psychiatric facility in Louisiana. The expansion was a response to the high demand for mental health services and eliminated the diversion of approximately 300 patients monthly due to it being at full capacity. This project created 150 jobs, and it created 50 construction jobs. I've had the opportunity of working with the general partners, Robert Wiggy and Jesse Broderick, which is with me. They're both from Denham Springs. They work with Summit Credit LLC. And today I met Mr. William Weaver. He's the Chief Executive Officer of Brentwood Hospital, and he's with us today too if there's any questions.
The dollar amount, the abated dollar amount from the city is how much?
$68,545.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions?
Any other questions?
Is there anyone present who would like to speak in favor or opposition of resolution number 76? And there's none, this public hearing is closed.
All right. Thank you very much.
Madam Clerk, will there be any legislation to be added today?
No, ma'am.
Today, we hear public comments on agenda items only. And Madam Vice Chair will handle that. Please state your name and address for the record, and you have 3 minutes to speak.
Mr. Michael Corbin?
Good afternoon, council members, Mayor Arsenault, Michael Corbin, External Affairs Manager for SWIPCO 428 Travis Street, Shreveport, Louisiana. I'm here today to speak on Ordinance 60, rezoning case for a service center that we are developing in West Shreveport. This was on your agenda 2 weeks ago due to some errors with the language. It was, MPC asked that it be pulled. It's back on today for introduction. In 2 weeks, it'll be on the agenda for your approval. Just ask that you would introduce it today and ask for your support and approval in 2 weeks. I won't be able to be here in 2 weeks, so making my visit today, and certainly will be able to answer any questions. I do want to thank Mr. Clark, Ms. Trent, and MPC staff for working with us on this for excuse me, for a few months to be sure that we get it right. This is an ongoing development that began a couple of years ago, and it is continuing to progress. It will serve as a laydown yard for equipment. We have currently, our training facility is located there, classrooms, telecommunications. As you know, we purchased the former Hillsdale Elementary School, and we will be doing some development there as well as building a new fleet building where we service all of our vehicles, and that's everything from installing cameras and radios in sedans and SUVs to getting our bucket trucks ready to be out on the road. So with that, I'll just pause for a minute and see if there's any questions.
Ms. Trent has been, and Mr. Clark have been very thorough on that. I had one question when we were talking about the fleet, and that was just the noise of trucks, because I didn't know what type of vehicles that you all had coming in, and just to ensure that it wasn't any noise created for the homes, because that area is being redeveloped as well.
Right. The orientation of the garage or the fleet building will keep traffic as far away from the small amount of residential property as possible. This facility during normal days works normal business hours. It's not 24/7.
Okay.
When we would have 24/7 activity there would be during storm restoration or some large outage, especially if you know, we're having to work people 24 hours a day.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, just real quick, and Mike, just real quick before you walk off, I'm glad that SWEPCO is redeveloping this building, and it's not just becoming, you know, I know there is some concern about redevelopment in the area residentially, but it's so good to see y'all come in and take an old school that probably would end up being abandoned and doing something with it. So thanks for the investment.
Yeah, it's been quite the project. You know, there was a golf course there, and now it's a flat piece of land, so we've moved a lot of dirt. And I will say that we've had to add a guard 24 hours a day at the old school. Appreciate Chief Smith and police for keeping an extra set of eyes on it with us, but there's many parts of that building that we thought we would be able to revitalize easily, but because we've had a lot of vandalism there and some people chose to live there evidently for a while, we're having to rethink a little bit of that.
Right.
Thank y'all, though.
Thank you. Thank you.
Connie Walker. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are y'all doing? My name is Connie Walker. I live in Shreveport at 6197 Greenwood Road. I'm an employee at the gas station located on Pines Road, right across from the proposed 7-Eleven development. I spend my days serving customers in the area, and I can tell you that firsthand we do not need another gas station. Our community on Pines Road already has more than enough gas stations. In fact, there are 7 within a very short distance. From my perspective, working every day, I see the existing businesses are already competing for limited customer base. The population density in our area simply isn't high enough to support adding an 8th one. Bringing in another massive corporation like 7-Eleven isn't going to improve our community. It's going to create more traffic in an already busy area, and it threatens putting the existing local businesses like ours in jeopardy. If businesses start to close because of the oversaturation, what's left behind? Empty, abandoned buildings. Just like the location was for years before my employer bought it back to life. That doesn't benefit anyone. Council members, please look at the reality on the ground. We have enough. Support the businesses that are already here, providing and serving our community responsibly. Thank you.
Thank you. Sammy Mears.
Sammy Mears, 1133 South Point Parkway, apartment 111, Shreveport, Louisiana, 71105. I'm speaking on resolutions 979, 980, and 981. It's a great idea to recognize Bobby Washington. Please vote yes on this, and it will be really appreciated. Also, please recognize the Southern University Alumni Federation. Please vote yes on this, and this will be a real appreciated thing too. Also recognize Chef Nema de Grazia, I hope I got that right, as well as vote yes on this, and it will also be very much appreciated too. I know I picked these at random, but it really does help, and I trust in the system. And also, I'm helping MDA again. If you can help, let me know.
Okay.
Thanks, you.
Sammy.
Thank you, Sammy.
Mr. Sherry. I didn't want to pronounce your last name wrong.
I'm sorry?
I didn't want to pronounce your last name.
Oh, that's
wrong.
fine, that's fine. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I'm here to talk about, I was here yesterday for the same case, zoning case number 24-203-C, the development on Greenwood and Pines Road. Yesterday, some people were commenting with the project. Some of the comments were that they were saying that competition is needed in the area. Competition is a bad thing. Competition is the reason of why there's a lot of abandoned, vacant, blighted buildings in Shreveport. And most of those buildings are, they were locally owned, local businesses. If you bring, when you bring like a big corporation like 7-Eleven to compete with independent local businesses, the result will be devastating for the independent owners or the local businesses. So I hope that you guys would vote no for the zoning change and protect the local business owner. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Mr. Craig Lee.
Craig Lee, 1112 Prospect Street. It was great to see Darren Dixon here and Nema de Grazia, because one of the big issues that we've had this year under President Trump has been diversity, equity, inclusion. I stand in support of Resolution 81, which recognizes the outstanding accomplishments of Chef Nema de Grazia in helping to create a new global brand for Shreveport. I'm gonna call out these names to give you some perspective of Shreveport natives. Yolanda Taylor, she's an international icon in fashion. Latasha Robinson, international icon in fashion who has moved back here. Andrea Bowman, international icon in Hollywood in hair. Of course, Chef Nema, Jalen Livingston, international icon in playwriting. Brady Blade Jr., international percussionist. Brian Blade, international percussionist who was voted International Percussionist of the Year a few years ago. My cousin Adrian White, international percussionist. Terrence Bebe Stewart, I think you guys just awarded him a few weeks back. Juanita Powell Barranco, Greg Powell's aunt. It's important that diversity and equity and inclusion is the tenor of the day for the Shreveport City Council, for this city, if we're gonna move forward. Naima is not even from Shreveport. She's from Africa, but she has set her home here in Shreveport, and she's making her mark in Shreveport, and this is helping to position Shreveport on an international basis. And having been a former board member for the Shreveport Bossier Tourism Bureau, diversity, equity, and inclusion is what is now elevating us on a global scale, along with what G Unit Studios is doing. We already have natives from Shreveport, some of them who have moved back here, some of them who are in other places, but they are now helping to increase the global brand for the city of Shreveport. So thank you guys very much for supporting that.
Thank you. Melissa O'Brien.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Melissa O'Brien, 4461 Pines Road. I am here because I just found out about the 7-Eleven that wants to build across the street. Well, I like my job, and I don't want our store to close. It will be a big competition, take a bunch of our customers away. If we have to close, I will be out of a job and can't provide for my daughter. So if y'all would, please say no to the proposed subject.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That concludes public comments, Madam Chair.
We have no executive appointments to consider today. There are no items under the consent agenda for introduction or to be adopted. Madam Clerk, please proceed with regular agenda legislation.
Resolution 68, authorizing a request to be made to the Louisiana Department of Natural Resources, Louisiana State Mineral and Energy Board to seek public bid for an oil, gas, and mineral lease involving a property located in District A described herein, and to execute the lease for certain mineral interests owned by the city of Shreveport, and to authorize the mayor to execute any and all documents related to the intent of this resolution.
Motion postponed.
Second.
Motion postponed by the chair, second by Councilman Butcher. Any discussion? Let's vote.
Boucher.
Boucher.
This passes with 6.
Resolution 76, stating the city of Shreveport's endorsement of Brentwood acquisition, Shreveport, Inc., to participate in the benefits of the Louisiana Restoration Tax Abatement Program.
So moved.
So moved by Councilman Talaferro, second by Councilman Brooks. Any discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 6.
Resolution 79, recognizing Bobby Washington.
So moved.
Second.
So moved by Councilman Taylor, second by Councilman Boucher. Any discussion? Let's vote.
And that passes with 6.
Resolution 80, recognizing the Southern University Alumni Federation.
Oh, you didn't say that like you meant it.
Go
So moved.
Busted.
So moved by the chair, second by the vice chair. Any discussion? Let's vote. We're on a Gremlin.
That passes with 6.
One day.
Resolution 81, recognizing Chef Nema DeGrazi.
So moved.
Second.
So moved by the chair, second by Councilman Butcher. Any discussion? Come on, computer.
That passes with 6.
We have no items under introduction of resolutions. Madam Clerk, would you proceed with introduction of ordinances not to be adopted prior to July 8, 2025?
Ordinance 57, amending the 2025 capital improvements budget. Ordinance 58, to amend and replace Chapter 38 of the Shreveport Code of Ordinances relative to hot, blight, and vacant structures. Ordinance 59, to approve the amendment of various articles and sections of the UDC to clarify and update code provisions. Ordinance 60, zoning case 24-193, to approve the amendment of the zoning map of the UDC by rezoning property located on the west side of Hutchinson Street and Meadow Lane intersection with conditions from C1 Neighborhood Commercial Zoning District to C1 CZD Neighborhood Commercial Conditional Zoning District. Ordinance 61, zoning case 25-28C, to deny the amendment of the zoning map of the UDC by rezoning property located on the north side of Live Oak Street, approximately 140 feet west of Kingston Road, from R17 Single Family Residential Zoning District to R17 CZD Single Family Residential Conditional Zoning District. Ordinance 62, zoning case 25-50C, to approve the amendment of the zoning map of the UDC by rezoning property located on the north side of Hillary Huckabee Avenue, approximately 3,075 feet east of North Lakeshore Drive, from RA Rural Agricultural Zoning District to I-1 Light Industrial Zoning District.
So move on introduction.
Second.
So move for introduction by Councilman Green, second by Madam Vice Chair. Madam Clerk, would please proceed with ordinances on second reading and final passage.
Ordinance 50, amending the 2025 budget for the general fund.
So move.
Second.
So moved by the chair, second by Councilman Talaferro. Any discussion? Let's vote.
And this passes with 6.
Ordinance 51, amending the 2025 Community Development Special Revenue Fund budget.
So moved.
Second.
So moved by the chair, second by Councilman Talaferro. Any discussion? Let's vote.
And this passes with 6.
Ordinance 52, repealing Section 2-108 of the Code of Ordinances.
So move.
So moved by Councilman Green, second by the chair. Any discussion? Let's vote.
This passes with 6. Ordinance 53, repealing Section 42-126 and 42-127 of the Code of Ordinances.
So move.
So moved by Councilman Green, second by Madam Vice Chair. Any questions? Let's vote.
And this passes with 6.
Ordinance 54, repealing Section 42-279 of the Code of Ordinances.
So move.
Second.
So moved by Councilman Green, second by Madam Vice Chair. In discussion, let's vote.
This passes with 6.
Ordinance 55, to repeal Chapter 78, Section 137 and 138 of the City of Shreveport, Louisiana Code of Ordinances relative to the duty and the occupants and owners of real property to care for sidewalks.
So move.
Second.
So moved by Councilman Green, second by Madam Vice Chair. Any discussion? Let's vote. It passes with 6.
Yes. Ordinance 56, zoning case 24-203C, rezoning property located on the northwest corner of Greenwood Road and Pines Road from IC Institutional Campus Zoning District to IC CZD Institutional Campus Conditional Zoning District.
So moved.
Second.
So moved by Madam Vice Chair, second by Councilman Green. Any discussion?
Yes. Mr. Clark, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Mr. Clark. Want to tell you thank you and your staff for working on this project. This has been a long existing project. Just for transparency, can you start with the beginning of the project, the changes that were made once we heard the public outcry of what they wanted to see change and what we did?
We started out with a rezoning application
And then the NPP meeting revealed some real concerns that the citizens in West Freeport had. So we changed it to a conditional zoning application where conditions could be placed upon development by the MPC board, and conditions can be placed by the city council. If there's anything that you all feel that's needed to help mediate any negativity that's coming, that was the purpose. That's why we worked so hard to get the conditional zoning applications approved, because it doesn't mean that you have to all of a sudden remand stuff back. You can deal with it today if something that's on here is not to your satisfaction. And we've had much support from the citizens of West Freeport. And I've been around here for a while, and some of my friends in West Freeport have not always supported change, but those same people came out in abundance, as you well know, Councilwoman, in support of this, because they're believing that now they're on a trend to attract businesses. They've always wanted to attract businesses. They want restaurants. So this is the beginning to some of us as a positive thing.
Okay. And Mr. Clark, one of the concerns were a media outlet put that there was going to be a truck stop there, which was untrue. Can you explain this for the record, what happened with the truck stop?
When we got the conditional zoning that allows us to put conditions on the approval, the initial site plan had truck parking. I think it was about 10 sites, I don't remember exactly. It had truck parking for 18-wheelers. And we had a similar problem on Hideaway Harbor off of Jefferson Page, so we were well experienced that if you have parking, trucks are going to park and trucks are going to stay there. So the applicants agreed that that could be a condition, that those parking spaces for 18-wheelers had to be removed, and they have been removed from the site plan that was approved.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. This project was discussed for a long period of time. We had multiple neighborhood participation meetings. I feel comfortable with the project. A lot of the residents in the area wanted a competitive gas station opposed to a restaurant that will be attached to this.
Yes.
They wanted to make sure that they had competitive prices with gas. They wanted a lighted area. I did do a traffic study to make sure it wouldn't block off traffic in that area. So I did dot my I's and cross my T's, and thank you for everything you've done with this.
And we're real excited, Councilwoman Bowman, for West Freeport. I think this is the beginning of bigger and better things to come. One of the problems that West Freeport had, they denied everything. So investors were a little reluctant to making investments out in West Freeport. But I think that with the Business Association and the other organizations out in West Freeport, they're ready for business, they're open for business, and this can start great things.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Mr. Clark, can you see about getting something like that in District F, please?
Be happy to.
Thank you very much.
I'll call you tomorrow to let you know what's coming.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Won't be a Bucky.
Any other discussion? Let's vote.
Yes.
And this does pass with 6.
Okay. Madam Clerk, is there any other table legislation to be removed from the table today?
No, ma'am.
We have no property standards or ABO appeals to consider today. We have no MPC or ZBA appeals to consider today. Are there any other appeals, Madam Clerk?
No, ma'am.
Are there any reports from officers, boards, and committees? Madam Clerk, is there a clerk's report?
Happy birthday, Jackie.
Happy birthday, Jackie.
Early. Early.
Yes. Mayor Sano, do you have any additional communications?
No, ma'am.
Does any council member have any additional communications?
Madam Clerk.
No, James Green.
I do.
Oh, yes.
I have something real.
Since this is Jackie's birthday, Jackie, in the next 5 minutes, you can just take off for the rest of the day.
Councilman
I'm going to schedule a public safety committee meeting 2 weeks from today at probably 1
Okay.
o'clock.
1 o'clock. All right. Anybody else? We'll make sure that y'all have a safe holiday
Ralph, will
weekend.
you assist Jackie with this so she can get out in the front time?
We need a motion to accept the recommendation made by the city attorney
So
during.
moved.
Second.
So moved by Councilman Green, second by Madam Chair. Any discussion?
You almost beat my time.
Let's vote.
Okay, and this passes with 5.
If there is nothing else.
You can't
meeting is
close to
adjourned.
beat my time. There you go.
Well, she had to make it for
We
yesterday.
had 18
You almost beat my
presentations.
record.